Mike, some say the church in Iran is the fastest growing church in the world. Would you say that's a reasonable assessment? Why is it growing so rapidly?
Absolutely. In our own ministry, we're receiving hundreds of calls every single day from the Muslims living inside Iran telling us, can you tell us more about Jesus? They want to find out more about the Prince of Peace. I believe a majority of Iranians are fed up with the anger, the frustration that they see their God being portrayed as, and they're naturally gravitating to the message of love, which is at the core of Christianity.
Mike, I know that some of the young people especially are very frustrated with the regime, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're embracing Christianity. So how is it that they're coming to the Lord?
It's very interesting because you're right. Roughly about 50% of Iran's population is under 30s, if not more. And many of these people are connected to the West. They're following our social media, the pop culture in the West, the Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga. And they're asking themselves the question, why is there such a division between their culture and their society and the one in the West? And they want to belong to the West. So many of them are asking the question, do I really want to be identified with the ideology and the lifestyle that the Iranian Muslims have set out for me? And they're saying no, they're rejecting it flat out, and they're gravitating to anything that is outside. Majority of them are researching and finding out more about the meaning of life, and quite a few are falling on a personal challenge and journey, finding out more about Jesus.
There is a price to be paid for them when they do embrace Christianity. How is the government in Iran reacting to the spread of Christianity?
But remember, Iran is an Islamic republic. It is not happy when it loses its Muslims to Christianity. Therefore, it has created a task force since 2010, in particular, where they're conducting raids on the underground house churches. They are arresting people. They're putting God's fear into them. As a matter of fact, just this week, we got callers calling us and telling us that after they contacted our call center, they were contacted by Iranian intelligence, telling them that they have no right contacting the infidels outside of Iran, meaning us. So it shows that Iranian government is very, very frustrated. There are rampant arrest and persecution. We hear every day from advocacy groups and human rights organizations about atrocities that Iranian minorities, not only Christians, but also Baha'is, Sunnis, and other factions are facing. It's a systematic harassment that Iranians are facing, and simply because they do not have a choice to choose anything they want to choose.
And we know that Iranian women face persecution just for not covering their heads, wearing a scarf. Regarding church growth, then, what role are women playing? Are they playing a significant role?
Absolutely. The women of Iran are courageous. They're bold, they're strong. They're very much at the forefront of the movement of the growth of Christianity in Iran. They're not afraid. Like Islam portrays the woman's position to be of being dominated by men and society, the Iranian women are courageous, and they're standing up and they're leading the men into making decisions that is transforming Iran from inside out. A lot of Iranians are giving their heart to Christ, and a lot of underground churches that are connecting with us are being led by Iranian leaders that are women.
And finally, Mike, for years we've heard about Jesus appearing to Muslims in dreams. Have you heard that too? And what are some of the latest stories you've heard about Iran? What's happening in the church?
Well, yes. Absolutely. We think that we're very sophisticated with our TV and with our missionaries going in there. But the good news is that Jesus is way ahead of us. He's already meeting with people in that area through dreams and visions. People call us and say, I just saw your program on Mohabbat TV, and you know what? I actually had a dream about this, or I had a vision about this. So my mother told me that she had a dream about it. Can you tell me more about the man in white? Who is this Jesus? Who is this Prince of Peace? You mean that God is not a vengeful, angry God that's going to smite me, that he loves me with all my challenges and inadequacies? And we say, yes, that is the grace of God. So yes, dreams and visions are happening. Also, majority of people of Iran are disillusioned with Islam. They're realizing that that's not how they want to be identified. So they're seeking elsewhere, and other religions, and also Christianity. And the third group, Gary, are the people who are going back to the roots of Christianity that was eradicated systematically by Islam in Iran. Remember, the first millennia of Christianity did not happen in Vatican, did not happen in America or Germany, happened in Middle East, in the area that we call Syria, Iraq, and Iran. And many of these people are realizing that a heritage that was erased and systematically eradicated by Islam was identified through Christianity. I have the Kurdish people that are saying that in their villages, their grandparents are putting a cross on their bread, and they're asking, Grandma, why do you put a cross on the bread? They say, because our ancestors used to be Christians, and they put the cross there to bless it. So we're seeing a surge of Iranian youth going back to this reemergence of Christianity and Christian identity that was lost in that region.
Not just a God of the West, a God of the whole world. Dr. Mike Ansari with Heart for Iran, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.